loves money here? Please raise your hand or give me a shout who loves money here. Oh, come on, I see still few hands are not going up. You don't love money? Who loves money? I'll tell you a very simple way of making 60% more than whatever money you are making right now. You want to hear that? Yes, great. So let's start with our discussion. I'll tell you one story before we get into the details of it. Before that, I'll tell you one more thing. You know, there is a study which says that people, those who know how to speak, make 60% more than their colleagues who do not know how to speak. So public speaking is the key for you if you want to instantly make 60% more. You don't have to come here and speak. Still, you can make 60% extra. So let's go back to 1950s sometime. There was a young boy in school. He was very shy of speaking to people, like group of 5 people. He's very shy to speak. When he grew up a little bit, he went into sales and he was doing sales. But he realized he's not making as much money as his other colleagues were making. So he found out we all have to do the SWOT analysis for ourselves. He did it and he found out that the weakness is he doesn't know how to speak in front of others. He went to Dale Carnegie public speaking school. He paid money. He paid by check. He came home. He thought, okay, I paid by check. I don't want to join. Let me cancel it. He canceled it. He did not continue that. By the time I'm telling story, think who's this person? That's my last question, okay? So, after a few days, he realized that there is no work around for it. You cannot put problems under the carpet. If there is issue, you have to address it, right? So finally, he made his mind and this time he paid by cash because he can cancel the check. He cannot cancel the cash. So of course, he paid by cash. He joined there. He learned public speaking. He liked one girl. He proposed her, who is his current wife. This is the photo. Any guesses who is this person? He made lot of money, lot of money. Who is this person? This is the story of Warren Buffett. Once he was extremely shy of speaking in front of people. So if you really want to make money like this, it is an acquired skill you can learn anytime. Now the question is that why one should speak? It's very simple. I have created this triangle. First is to express yourself. In a meeting, if you feel that it's a risk for the organization, but you don't have the courage or confidence to get up and speak about it, then you're not expressing yourself. If you felt hurt and if you're not talking about it, your children are not talking about it, if they are feeling hurt, you're not expressing yourself. And when you don't express yourself, what happens? You feel suffocated. That leads to mental diseases eventually. So express yourself by learning how to speak. Next is professional growth. Of course, everybody wants to make money. I love money. 60% extra money. Who doesn't love that? And the last one is how to make an impact. Once you reach this level, then you start making an impact. You all have some cause to work on, but if you don't talk about it, how will the world know that you can help them with that cause? So to make an impact, these are main reasons you should be speaking, because you have a voice and everybody wants to hear it. Now, long back when I'm not that old, but yeah, few years back when I was in year 6, just few years, not much time. And I went to my father and I asked, what is this symbol? And he explained me, it is percent. I said, okay, what does percent mean? What does it mean? He said, it's out of 100. For a 6-year-old child, something out of 100 means, I said, there is nothing inside. So what you're taking out of 100, I don't understand. He kept on repeating. He was MSc gold medalist, applied chemistry, did higher mathematics. He was not able to explain a 6-year-old child what is this symbol and what does it mean. That's what the biggest challenge is. When we are technically expert in one field, we forget that technical expertise is entirely different from your presentation skills. If you know technically something sound, but if you don't know how to explain in such a way that everybody else can understand it, it is of no use, right? My dad was a gold award winner. What is the use if he cannot explain even percentage? So you can always acquire the presentation skill if you have technical expertise and presentation skill. Nobody can stop you from growing. Another interesting study was done when people were asked that are you ready to die or speak in front of 1,000 people? Any guesses what did they choose to do? They'll rather die rather than speaking in front of 1,000 people. Why? Why we are so scared of speaking in front of people? Any idea? Judgment. Shy. Why? Because. Okay, before that I'll ask one more question. How old is our brain? How old? And if I say it's little older, how old will be? 9 months more? Much older. Let me go back in time. Let's have a time machine. Go back. 7 million years. When the first human being walked on earth, our hardwares are not still updated as our technology. So we are still programmed with lot of things when we were living in cave age. Human is the most fragile animal. We are not big enough like elephant. Okay, forget about me, the rest of human being. We are not big enough like elephant. We are not strong enough, fastest runner, fastest swimmer. We don't fly fastest, right? We don't have anything. So there was only one way we could survive. What was that way? We tribe. We come together, help each other. That's how the human being started making tribe, because that is required for our survival. Brain is evolved for survival. It has nothing to do with how we look, what we eat and all. It just wants to survive, right? Now, when it is about survival, I'm in a tribe. And if I stand up and give an idea, and that idea fails, all of us will die, because there is a saber-toothed tiger out there outside the cave, right? So it's always a fear if I stand up and give an idea. Why? Because my life is at stake, everybody in my tribe life is at stake. That's what our brain thinks, because brain is still in the cave age. No matter how much we talk about, most of the decisions are done in subconscious level. Brain is still evolving from that age of 7 million years. That's the root cause of we feeling scared in speaking front of people. So you cannot do anything about it. If anybody says they are not scared of public speaking, they are lying. I have spoken so many times, and believe me, every time I go on stage, I've spoken in front of 1,000 people, my heart starts beating very fast. And this is with all speakers. If they are saying they are never nervous, they are lying. Because it's a natural body's response. You just eventually learn how to control it. That's it. So fear is perfectly normal. Don't choose death, choose speaking. Because nobody died till date while speaking on stage, at least out of fear. You will never hear that. They had other things but not fear. So nobody died, so nothing to fear about it. And it's an acquired skill, so you can learn that always. I'll tell you some of the tips today how to speak confidently. First thing, bang. Hit your audience. Don't hit them physically, they'll kill you. Don't do that. How to hit them? Break the pattern. How can you break the pattern? Tell a story. Tell some numbers, some facts which evoke emotion in them. You can tell something funny. You can have some music. You can have some colorful dress. Like once I wore orange dress with green coat I was wearing. Why? Because nobody was wearing that one. So you just have to break the pattern. The moment you break the pattern, you grab audience attention. And that's what all speakers do. Everybody has different style. Some start with fact, some starts with numbers, some start with music. I love to start with the story. So I always start with story. That makes me comfortable and connects with the audience. So start with the bang always. Stand up and speak. Even if you're in a meeting and you want to feel confident, always stand up and speak. Why? I want this session to be interactive, so I want to know why it's always advisable to stand up and speak. More confidence, yes. Yes. What else? We are talking about science here. Empowering yourself. When you're sitting there and I'm standing, are you looking at me like this or like this? You're looking up, your chin is up. Means the message is going to subconscious mind. When I look up means this person knows more than me. When we look up, whenever like you see in all cultures, whenever the leader's photograph is there, it is like this. Right? Why it is like this? Sheikh Mohammed photo, if you observe, it's like this. Why the chin is up? Because they are showing that we are looking from down, looking up. This means they are bigger than us, they know more than us. How did it get programmed in our brain? When we were young of this age, they were very young and depending on us. Parents are big. We need water, we need food. We look at parents, they give us. So it's programmed in our subconscious mind. Whenever I look up, my requirements will be fulfilled. They will protect me, they are there to help me. Subconsciously, this is how it works. So the moment you stand up, you're playing with subconscious mind of all audience. They are already thinking you know more than them. The moment they think, they will of course accept what you're speaking. Another reason, you can use the space. When you stand up, you can use your space, you can use body language, cover the stage, you can talk to people. If anybody is troubling, you can just stand in near them. So these are different ways of using the platform when you're standing up. If you're sitting, you're restricting yourself, right? So always stand up and speak. There was beautiful neuroscience research which says that what is the attention span we a human are having? What is the maximum attention span do we have? 10 minutes, because it's written there. That's for deceive you. 3 seconds. And don't blame kids for using iPad for having 3 seconds one. The neuroscientists have done the research. Human, from the very beginning, we have 3-second attention span. Why? Every 3 seconds we get up and we make sure we are not left alone. The same reason, we are the most fragile animal on earth. We cannot live alone. We are scared. Our subconscious mind is scared of living alone. So even if nobody is there and that person is sitting alone and working on the desk, his brain is always checking every 3 seconds whether somebody is there or not. Is any fire alarm? Am I safe or not? Continuously is checking that. So our attention span is only 3 seconds. But of course we can't speak in 3 seconds. So another research says that speak for not more than 10 minutes. Because if you can convey an idea in 10 minutes, means you know about it. Otherwise, go back and do your homework because you still don't know what you're talking about. If you're master of subject, you can speak, you can explain any complex thing within 10 minutes. So you have to do your homework, otherwise go back and learn it. Another interesting thing which we were talking about, story. How many of you remember your grandmother's or mother's story which she told you when you were very young? Do you remember that? Any story, lion and mouse or any story. How many of you remember? Just raise your hand if you remember any one story from your childhood. Most of us remember that. Why? Because our brain saves stories. Right from the cave age, when people wanted to convey some information, they were painting it on cave, right? This is how our brain works. Let's understand how information is saved in our brain. It is not saved as numbers. It is not saved as percentage, definitely. It is not saved as voice. It is saved as images. Of course, those who have difficulty in seeing, for them it's saved in different way, but for most people, it is saved by images. So when you tell a story, the brain is creating, like if I tell there was a mouse in a small cave and it was just going around, then they saw a green tree. As I'm speaking, your brain is drawing the picture. Then I say the next stage, so it will draw another picture, and all pictures are linked to each other. So the moment you recall one information, the whole series of images will be recalled with that. This is how images are saved in our brain memory. So whenever you want to tell any information, create a story around it. Tell story. And financial people, most of the time they say that creating a story out of number is the most difficult thing. No. You are yet to learn that art. It is possible to do. If your numbers are not speaking, if they are not telling a story, this means you need to go back and do homework. You need to still master your subject. Mastery is not in knowing the subject. Mastery is in knowing the subject and making other people understand it in the most simple way, even if they are not from the same background. So create your story. And this, I love this thing. My daughter asked me to change it, but I did not do that because somehow I love that. Have you ever seen in any country the fire alarm which is extremely melodious? Irrespective of what country we go, what culture we have, around the globe, fire alarm is at very high pitch. Why? Why the ambulance? Have you ever seen any some sitar or some soft music is for ambulance? No. Because let's go back to 7 million years again and see what's the answer. When the language was not invented, the numbers were not invented, how we were telling each other. Suppose I'm hanging on one tree and she's hanging on another tree and I want to tell some danger is there. How will you communicate? By screaming. We are screaming, right? The high pitch is danger. This is how it is hard-coded in our brain. So all fire alarms, all ambulances across the globe, by default, it's high pitch. As a speaker, why it is important for us to know? Because if you're speaking at high pitch, you're activating amygdala, that is a part of the brain which is fight, flight or freeze, which is danger center, you can say, of your brain. The moment I speak in high pitch, very high pitch, you are just sitting here and nodding your head, but your subconscious mind has already gone how to escape this room, how to get out of this place. So whether you're talking to your team, your colleagues, your children, the moment you do high pitch, they are scared of it. So use low pitch. As a speaker, always, until you really want to scare your audience, then you can do that. It's entirely opposite of speed. When I speak extremely slow, either people fall asleep or they think I don't know, so I'm just thinking something. So people, those who speak little faster than normal people, subconsciously other person's brain considers that that person knows subject, because if I'm master of my subject, I don't have to think. It is automatically programmed in my brain. I just know how to retrieve that information, right? But if you ask me how to talk about aviation, maybe I'll say one word in 1 minute because I don't know anything about it, right? So subject matter experts always speak little faster than normally spoken speed. If you want to make an impression and if you want to make other people listen to you, speak little faster at the lower pitch. That's the key of it, and it's all based on neuroscience research. If you want, I can share those details with you. Low pitch and high speed is always advisable if you want to make an impact with your speaking. And the last but not least, my favorite one. Once I was in India and read this hoarding, it was written, smile is a curve which make everything straight. So smile. Don't forget to smile. When we are stressed, we are presenting our idea, or like we are nervous in front of 1,000 people, we forget to smile. Just smile it. Why? The moment I smile, I'm sending my signal to brain that everything is in control. When you see me smiling, you will smile. Why? Because it's a natural response of human being. When you smile, again my brain is thinking, oh, he likes me, that's why he's smiling, so I'm confident. So always start with smile. Don't do fake smile. Brain can easily make out like, no, they can easily make out. Because brain sees it. Your subconscious mind is seeing and reading everything, and ladies are really good at it, you know. But that's another discussion. When you genuinely smile, your cheekbone goes up and we have wrinkles near eyes. So other person can easily make out you're doing like this or you're really smiling at that time. So smile. Whenever you're speaking, whenever you feel nervous, just smile and automatically you will start feeling confident. Thank you so much. I hope you learned something new today. Please connect with me.